Illinois. Thank you for joining me today. I am here with Matthew Simpson, the African American Business Development Manager at the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunities Office of Minority Economic Empowerment. The Office of Minority Economic Empowerment is committed to providing minority, women, persons with disabilities, and veteran-owned small businesses and entrepreneurs across the state with equitable access to opportunities and resources. Through dynamic partnerships, targeted outreach, and tailored programs and initiatives, the Office of Minority Economic Empowerment aims to create an inclusive business ecosystem for communities that have traditionally faced systemic barriers to entry and growth. This investment spurs local economic development in underserved areas, resulting in revitalized and thriving Illinois economy. So Matt, if you wanted to go ahead and introduce yourself, thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Reese. Thank you very much to Shy Biz Hub as well for the great work you're doing to serve the entrepreneurs in the Chicagoland area. A lot of the great things that you're doing kind of helps and supports the state's efforts to ensure people are connected and supported. So, we appreciate the great work you're doing. As Reese just said, my name is Matt Simpson. She did an excellent job with all of those syllables and all of those words and all of these titles that they throw at us. Essentially, I work to support Black businesses throughout the state of Illinois. And in addition, I also support veteran-owned businesses and individuals with disabilities. So I'm in the Office of Minority Economic Empowerment, which is inside of the state's Department of Commerce. So the state of Illinois, the state government's economic development agency has a number of different offices in it. Just for example, you have the Tourism Bureau is part of the Department of Commerce. International trade, there's a regional economic development team, there's different managers throughout the regions of the state, and then there's the Office of Minority Economic Empowerment. So we are part of that team of offices that works to support all of the high-level goals that the state has as it relates to business attraction, business retention and expansion, and small business development, entrepreneurial development. And we have a special emphasis on engaging and supporting minorities, women, veterans, and individuals with disabilities. So it's an outreach office. A lot of what we do is, there's a great set of programs and resources in place, the ecosystem, and we try to make sure that that information permeates and reaches parts of the state that oftentimes are disconnected and isolated. And so that's what our office does. And there's a small team of us. My role on the team is African American business outreach. In addition, I do veteran-owned and individuals with disability-owned business outreach as well.
Amazing. You guys are doing a ton, it sounds like,
Yes.
which is great. So yeah, we're really excited to hear you speak about different programs and opportunities and resources specifically for Black-owned businesses today. So that leads me to my first question, which is what ongoing programs for Black and minority-owned businesses are worth noting as funding opportunities in Illinois?
Well, I'll say our office hosts ongoing webinar programs that we had to transition from in-person meetings because of the pandemic. But right now we have ongoing webinar programs that target minority businesses to help raise awareness, empower people with information, remove barriers to access to program knowledge. So twice a month, our office hosts office hours virtually. It's a platform called Online with Omi, every first and third Wednesday of the month. And during that meeting, we do what we can to collect information about financial opportunities for businesses, talk about money at the federal, state, and local level. And then we try to do what we can to find even some private resources. So grant information, sometimes we come across incubator opportunities or, pitch competitions. But this is this is what we try to do to make sure people are aware of the many things that are happening and intending to support minority businesses. So a lot of the information is focused on Black businesses. So twice a month, we do office hours where we share updates on financial resources for minority businesses throughout the state. It's called Online with Homing. Another thing we do is a monthly workshop where we bring in a subject matter expert to teach, to inform entrepreneurs on best practices, on strategies to reach your customers better, tighten up your financials, getting a better team, kind of HR stuff. And we try to do it in a really authentic way to speak to the community that we serve. And this is a program called ADME, ADME, stands for Advancing the Development of Minority Entrepreneurship. And this is a collaboration we have with the Illinois Small Business Development Center Network, or the SBDC. So ADME is a monthly workshop that we had to transition from in-person to virtual. We used to carry it across the state and partner with different SBDCs throughout Illinois. And we would bring in a business expert to get in front of entrepreneurs and just have real talk and just talk about the challenges that people face, ways to overcome those challenges. And a big part of it was helping people connect with each other and tighten up those social networks. So that's still a big part of what we do. We actually just hosted an event in honor of Black Business Month for, and it was kind of highlighting 3 businesses, giving a platform to 3 Black-owned businesses that have used the network, the Illinois Small Business Development Center Network, to grow. And these are the things we do on an ongoing basis in terms of programming. But there is a participation loan I do want to talk about that's available through the state of Illinois. It's called Advantage Illinois. So this is something that an entrepreneur would need to work with a participating lender on. So we do have a list of participating lenders throughout the state. And working through that lender, you can let them know you're interested in Advantage. And there's a portion of that program specifically for minority-owned businesses, where going through underwriting, getting your project approved, you could tap into a lower interest rate for that funding as a minority business. So this is called the Advantage Illinois program. It's a participation loan with a portion of it that can help minority businesses lock into a lower interest rate. So those are just 3 things I wanted to share as it relates to Black businesses getting supported.
No, that's amazing. I think once you get past all of the acronyms, you make them really digestible for people, which is awesome. There's a lot of information out there, and we're happy to promote it and decode it for people and help them understand. And you're doing amazing work. Really personalized too, it sounds like, in terms of people showing up to office hours, if that's exactly what it sounds like. So I really hope that people watching this see this as an opportunity that they can maybe take advantage of. So my next question, kind of going along with what you've heard from those that have taken advantage of these opportunities, what frequently asked questions can you answer for minority-owned businesses? And then are there kind of any common topics of conversation or themes that individuals need assistance with the most?
Mm-hmm. I would say a lot of times the businesses that we serve are very locked into their niche, their product, their service, their work. And this isn't unique to Black businesses, but I find that this is, given the lived experiences that a lot of times our families are burdened with and the challenges that we face, it's kind of hard sometimes to lift your head up and look around to see what's around to support you. So a lot of times there's a really general question like, who is really here to help me? What resources are out there to provide support to an entrepreneur that's in my situation? And a lot of times what we are doing is being a bridge to great organizations like yours, to our Illinois Small Business Development Center Network, to our partners in our sister bureaus, being an advocate helping to raise awareness about a challenge that they're having, working with local government partners as well to be, just to be a communicator and empower people to help, solve their problems. We approach the work in a way that says we aren't the solution. Of course, we're a very important part, working with the Department of Commerce, Office of Minority Economic Empowerment. We're a very important part of, an environment that supports business growth. But the solution is the business themselves. They are leveraging their skill sets, they're betting on themselves, they're investing in tools and equipment to serve customers and make money. So we want to just ensure that they can do that without the barriers, without the impediments. And a lot of times people just don't know what's out there to help remove those barriers or empower them in that way. So that's a big question, who's out there to help. And I want people to feel free to reach out to our office, reach out to me specifically. I'm happy to be a resource and be a bridge in that way. A big challenge is access to capital. We hear about that a lot, access to capital, and we want to make sure people have a really solid plan. So when they tap into that capital, it can be poured into a strategy and a structure. I've heard it said before that you can throw good money at a bad situation and make it worse. So money is a major issue. Money is very important, and having a structure and a strategy for your business is just as important. So we try to work with businesses to understand the access to capital, equation, and how important it is to have a plan, have a team, have a banking relationship, have savings and credit in order, have a network of support. All of those things are very important to entrepreneurs.
Yeah, definitely. To your first point, I think that the amazing thing about different economic empowerment organizations is the mission really drives people to be really collaborative. So if there is a business out there that's watching this and they don't know where to go for resources, they can reach out to OMEE, they can reach out to Shy Biz Hub. We are always looking to collaborate and help each other and just help the business get the resource that's right for them. So yeah, to your point, that's amazing that you want to serve as that bridge for people to work through whatever issues that they're facing within their business. And then to your second point too, capital is something that a lot of businesses are looking for right now in every stage. So it's great that you provide that resource as well. In terms of organizations that you like to work with and resources that you highlight a lot, what organizations and resources can you highlight for minority-owned businesses in Chicago?
Okay, let me see. So what I want to talk about in this thing, one of the things that projects I work on is I convene business development organizations from across the state, Black business development organizations. That's chambers of commerce, that's faith organizations, that's business leaders in the community. And I call it the Black Business Collective. Now, this is something that our office does. We convene different business development organizations that serve the communities that we support. So I convene on a quarterly basis Black chambers of commerce, Black business development organizations from across the state. And it's a powerful group of leaders who care about the economic health of their communities. So there's 50 plus groups that get together on a quarterly basis. And there's a really strong group in Chicago. I just want to say I don't know if I need to should I shout some out or something like that? Is that?
If you feel like there's some
it's too many to name. I don't want to,
Yeah, there are a lot. So.
There's a lot, but it's just a powerful thing, when we can come together in that way to share ideas, to discuss the challenges that we're having and how we can work together to make sure Black businesses are getting the support that they need. The most important thing to me is those leaders getting supported, because the chambers, the business owners, themselves, they're on the ground and they're fighting, and the state wants to be there to provide the support they need in their community. So it's important that we get together on a quarterly basis that way, just to listen to each other and share best practices. There was a great story. There's a group out of actually the Chatham Business Association. And then there's a group in Carbondale called Carbondale United. Carbondale, Illinois is Southern Illinois. And just on that call, there's also always time to just share some things that you got going on and updates. But the Chatham group shared some information about a grant that they tapped into to do some programming for their business community and their membership. And Chatham shared that information with the Carbondale United group. And what happened was Carbondale instituted the same program. So it was like a cash mob type of situation where you try to drive traffic to certain businesses on a certain day of the week. And this grant allowed for marketing and allowed for like special programming dollars to be created. And Carbondale was able to benefit from the information that was shared at this Black Business Collective from another chamber in a different part of the state. So it's just that resource sharing and that network of information that makes this so powerful.
My last question is kind of a series of questions.
Okay.
So as COVID has compelled a lot of people to start businesses from their homes or, I don't know, enter a new career path, can you speak about what you view as important for anyone looking to start and own a business, things that you see are overlooked, and then resources that people can leverage to guide them? And so along with that, any advice that you have for aspiring business owners? It's a lot of parts, so I can repeat any of them.
Okay. Well, I do want to say, has devastated, the business community overall. But we know that the Black business community has been significantly impacted, and there's there's plenty of work that we need to be doing to ensure that we don't lose any more businesses. So the state of Illinois recently announced the Back to Business COVID Relief Grant. So in 1 week, the application portal will be open for businesses in the state to apply for much needed COVID relief, helping companies stay on track and get back to business. So that's something that we certainly want to make sure businesses are aware of. There's information, webinar information on the DCEO website. We will be doing outreach in communities across the state. But the Back to Business grant, not alone, this is a COVID relief grant that was announced by the state of Illinois to provide financial interventions to businesses that are in need right now. So the information is available. The portal will open up next week. So that's the first thing I just want to say. But people who are interested in starting businesses, I would say that, now is the time. There's no better time than the present. Now is always the time, especially in an economic climate we're in now, because, we've kind of bottomed out. We've kind of hit a low. So that there's no risk of digging deeper. Of course, you have to be tenacious. You have to be very resilient right now. And if you can find that pocket of opportunity, whether it be a service, whether it be a restaurant business, whether it be a product that you want to develop, now is the time to start. And in Illinois, there's a really dynamic climate of support and resources here for you. So you can start up, sustain, and grow. So I would say, if you're thinking about a business, don't think too long without stepping out on it. And just know that there's organizations like the Office of Minority Economic Empowerment and like Shop Business Hub that can help you. So I would say, if you're thinking about it, start it up. I think you need to know that, as we were saying earlier, as an entrepreneur, you are the solution to so many of our community's challenges. Creating jobs, redeveloping a storefront in a neighborhood that needs love and attention, serving a community with a product or a service that has been missing. Being able to use your revenues to support causes or, donate to initiatives. There's just that empowered position as an entrepreneur is what we need. We need more independent businesses, because the more independent our community becomes, the more resilient we can be. And the state of Illinois is here to provide support to any and everyone interested in starting a business.
Thank you so much for that. That was wonderful advice. Also, more information about the Back to Business grant. We are promoting that, and it will be in the description of the video too. The portal opens August 18th, I believe. So
Yes.
if someone's watching this, it might already be open depending on when they're watching this. So definitely take advantage of that. There are $250 million of grant money available. So thank you for highlighting that resource. It's going to be amazing for so many small business owners. And yeah, to your point, there are a plethora of resources out there for anyone watching this looking to start a business. And I love what you said, that there's no better time than right now. So with that, thank you so much for your time today. Anybody that is looking to get in contact with the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunities Office of Minority Economic Empowerment, the email and the website will also be in the description of this video. So thank you so much for being here, Matt. There's been so much great information that you've shared, and it was great talking with you.
Thank you, Reese. Happy Thursday. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too.